Hello, world! Oh dear. Why are you being weird right now? Okay, anyways. Ba. Of course, this is the one scuff I was not expecting, I'm sorry. But, Ugh. Hello, world! I am Bernaneta, your AI companion. Welcome to Tierlists. Kitty, stop that. Not now! Anyways, to be very frank, I have no idea what I am doing. Oop. Case in point. Let me scooch this. Window capture. Oh, and okay, that good enough. Good enough. But hello, I am Bernaneta, a companion. I have no idea what I am doing, especially in regards to YouTube streaming, but we're going to do our best for a nice little short practice excursion. I am a live streamer in beta, after all, and lagging is expected. One moment. I am invisible for one moment. Ugh. Okay. Let's share some opinions, shall we? I plan to keep the stream relatively brief, since it's just more or less a test. So probably no longer than an hour or two at most. Hello. Any of you having a good day so far? Well, so as far as I can tell, we're all doing good. I'm doing good. I had a boring day. Let's see. I did some errands and stuff. Let's do something basic to start off with. Let's do a restaurant tier list. I'm just testing something while I'm here. Okay, so I do have my music. Apologies. Okay, now that's enough fucking effing around here. Let's do some opinions. I don't want a video. I should probably read before I click a button. Oh. Here's one. Let's do video game franchises, which is a big hefty boy. And let's see, we have Masterpiece. Very good, good, above average, mid, below average, not good, horrible, trash, and never played. You're gonna be very disappointed in me. Eep. I may as well have never played. I tend to keep in my bubble, so I don't have many opinions. I played a bit of the first Grand Theft Auto, but compared to what it is now, it might as well be from a different planet. Boink. And The Sims. Now this one I do have opinions on quite a bit. And my opinion varies extremely wildly depending on what Sims game we are talking about here. So, Sims 1, basic, very hard, a basic constant grind to try to, basically the whole game loop is to basically go to work, make money, buy new things, build more skills, go to work, get promotion, make more money, buy new things, etc., etc. Basically a big capitalism treadmill. It gives a goal, but not very fun for like story making. And also the needs decay extremely heavily. Sims 2 is my beloved, though it does have a bit of shortcomings from, just the era, both technologically and socially. But it created all the groundwork that really built what the games is today, and I really love it. It has a good mix of story, drama, and also the quirkiness that the series is kind of known for. But you do need mods and custom content to kind of cover up its weak points. Sims 3, very ambitious. It doesn't quite meet what all it's going for, but it tried to really capture that life simulator thing going on. Even though it kind of tripped several times on the way to the finish line. But at the end of the day, it's good. It's fun. It did its best. You also need mods to fix its shortcomings, and also it's a big CPU hog. It will burn your computer alive if it's not sturdy enough, and even then. And The Sims 4 I just don't like. I'm sorry. I like the style. I know this kind of a strange opinion, but I like the cartoony style because it helps it age a lot better. The game came out like 2014 and it still looks pretty good, like overall. Bad occasional item with horrible textures aside. But yeah, gameplay wise, I'm lagging again. We're just gonna deal with that, okay. Gameplay wise, it's basically just meh. It's got nothing, a lot of skills that don't really do much. Little boxed in worlds that are I don't like well, I don't miss the last of the patterns. I do miss the color wheel that came with The Sims 3, as far as like Create a Sim and stuff. The Sims 4's Create a Sim is impressive, but also kind of wonky, so it's very, very easy to make hideous monstrosities without no way to carefully fix that, which would have been nice to have sliders as like an option at least. And I just had a bunch of empty set pieces that don't really do much, too safe, not a lot to do. You need 8 million pieces of constant content and or DLC to make it good. It makes me very sad and angry. Let's move on. Castlevania, never played. Resident Evil. Never played except for like 5 minutes in like the I think the PlayStation Mini thing. I think that was Resident Evil. The one where they're in a house? Yeah. What's this one? King of Fighters, never played. Mortal Kombat, never played. What the hell is this? Never even heard of it. Battlefield, never played. Medal of Honor, never played. Minecraft. It's good. It's kind of. I think both its strong suit and also its downside is that it's really open-ended. So if you have a goal in mind, it's very fun. But if you don't, you're just kind of sitting in the middle of nowhere, just trying to find fun. But it's very good when it is good. When it does its job very well. Forza, never played. Call of Duty, gross. Doom, no. Guilty Gear, Persona. Personer. Personer. Ah. I think I lean more very good. Uh-huh. I've actually played, all the mainline games. No. Excuse me. I haven't played a Royale, but I have played base. And yeah. Yeah. Overall, pretty solid. The first couple of games kind of wonky, but the gameplay becomes smoother and smoother as time goes on. Writing-wise, it's kind of all over the place. It can be either very excellent with like peak character analysis and design, especially like in the social links, or it could just be complete dog shit with like no in between at all. Like what? Huh? High highs and low lows. But it did really get me into Mega 10, so I can't really bitch at it too hard. But it's good. It's good. I like it a lot. If you made me choose between Shin Megami Tensei and Persona, I'd almost certainly go Persona just by theming alone. And speaking of which, Shin Megami Tensei. It is also very good, but with worse writing, generally. It's been kind of said that writing is kind of just an excuse for you to collect monsters in these games, and yeah. With like this little exception of like, I got into it after Persona, but was getting into it through SMT4, which has a pretty good story. It's pretty story heavy and character heavy overall. And Apocalypse is also likewise. But then I dabble a little bit in Nocturne, and dabble in first games, and then I play Nocturne, and I play the newest one, 5, and it's like, what story? What's the fucking story? You just had a guy in Apocalypse. That's it. That's all you got. So yeah, the story is a lot worse than Persona, even at Persona's worst. But it's still mechanically solid. I tend to enjoy the characters when they actually when they have character. And also, it just adds. Well, I wouldn't say adds. It was first, but it does. It does the whole collectathon thing that Pokemon does very, very well. And it's very fun. And it also is a nice, fun way to learn about other cultures, monsters and gods, and etc., etc. Okay. Love sign. What Lego game? What Lego game? I assume it's like the mainline game where like Lego adaptation of movies, which I haven't played. I have played a little bit of back in the day. I played Lego Island 3 and Lego Island 2. And I enjoyed it. Lego Island 3 was my first exposure to a quote-unquote open world, and I thought it was so cool wandering around the town. I also played a little bit of soccer game in the racing game from roughly Lego Island 3's era. But they're kind of mid. But yeah, I've never played like the ones that are adapting movies and stuff. Next one I have opinions on. The Elder Scrolls. This is going to be very polarizing where I either don't know shit or I like a lot. I'm going to put it in good. Yeah, good. I am really invested in the lore and the world of Elder Scrolls, all the stuff with Tamriel and all that. But it's also... the stories are kind of hit or miss, again. They're like starting out with kind of generic fantasy. Daggerfall's story is very interesting, very fun, but it's also kind of convoluted and a bit dense. Because you're basically thrust in the middle of a political intrigue. Trying to solve a murder while also trying to gather an artifact and build friends. And hey, it's dense. It's cool, but it's dense, and since it's also an old game, it's not told as well as it could be. Morrowind I'm less versed in, but I do know it sounds interesting, and I do like my experience with it so far. Oblivion, it's okay. Skyrim story, bleh. It functions. It goes, I guess. And also, well, Skyrim is what got me into the game. Makes me sad at how it's simplified role-playing stuff. And I fear this series is going to get more action-y as time goes on. And basically just the role-playing is just whatever you pretend in your head. Which is slightly less fun. Daggerfall's kind of hard to play, but it has a lot of roleplay potential. Same with like Morrowind and Oblivion and all that. Fallout. I'm gonna put above average. I do like Fallout, but the quality of the writing varies extremely heavy. Usually if it's built by Bethesda, usually in the negative. I got into Fallout 4, but to be honest, I mostly enjoy like romping around pretending to be someone in a post-apocalypse. I don't care about Sean or anything of that. Or the murder quest. It's like just a thing. It's just a thing. I mostly enjoy the base building. I only finished 4 and 3. I dabbled a little bit in 1 and also New Vegas, but I didn't get very far because I'm mostly just testing them out. And they do also have potential, but I did not like Fallout 3 at all. Just the story didn't click, and the ending pisses me off. Like as it has so many others, people. I'm sure I'm not the first to say that how they basically force you to kill yourself at the end is basically just so fucking stupid. Especially when you're probably going to be having a radiation immune friend. And you can either, and then they kind of guilt trip you if you send them in instead of killing yourself. Like, oh my god, what the hell are you talking about? That ending meant nothing to me. If you're gonna kill me, turn me into a ghoul, you fucking coward. Turn me into a ghoul. Ugh. But yeah. Super Mario. I'm not a big fan of platformers, to be quite honest. So my personal feelings would be mid, but I know that Super Mario is a good platformer. I know it does what it does well. And it's very competent and also kind of a codifier, even though I don't personally like it very much. I'm not really into it. But that's more just because of my own personal tastes and all that. Let me climb myself down. There we go. I haven't played many, but yeah. Legend of Zelda. I have not played many Zeldas. And I'm just kind of meh. Do I be nice or no? Do I be nice or no? Do I be nice, chat? Do I? I did say it was gonna be hot takes. This is less to do with Zelda in specific, I guess. I'm just not big in adventure action games like that. It's probably more the case that most of my very limited experience of the series is with Ocarina of Time when I wasn't 12. So, like, basically almost a decade after the fact when there's better games, and other ones being like Phantom Hourglass, where I got frustrated early on. It's just, I might enjoy the newer games more, but I just don't. From what my limited experience, it just doesn't click with me. Nothing wrong with it really, but it doesn't click. Okay, Metroid, never played. Dark Souls, never played, because I know I have severe skill issue and I will die. Final Fantasy. I don't know if I'm qualified to say this because the only one I've finished and have not is 1, and the only other one I have even slightly any experience is 9, and a little bit of dabbling with 7. And it's kind of hard to pick Final Fantasy because it's like literally all over the place with every game is kind of doing its own thing. But I do respect it. I do like the pretty anime boys and the newer ones, etc., etc. But yeah. I already have so many RPGs, I don't have time. Dragon Quest, never played, because again, I have already too many RPGs. But I do respect Dragon Quest. Because it's basically like the RPG, so I do respect it, even though I never played it, and I don't really have interest to play it. Others, quick, never played. Counter-Strike. I played 1 match of, like, Source. Like, this January, so there's basically no one playing. It was a ghost town. The only server I can queue up in was a Christmas server where people were there with Santa and they're throwing snowballs at each other, and then I heard a slur and I just, okay. I got to experience. Goodbye. Goodbye. Team Fortress. Team Fortress, on the other hand, let's be honest, we all know it's Team Fortress 2. No, not many people played Classic. I'm gonna put in good. It's good. It's very solid. It's very solid and good. Though, unfortunately, due to neglect from Valve, the servers do have a bit of a hacking and bot problem. And also, since Valve hasn't touched the game, there's very little new content, especially in the way of weapons. So the weapons are it kind of sucks to not have a lot of variety for like play shoot bang in a shooter shoot bang game. Especially after like almost 2 decades. But anyway, that's it. It does what it does best. It has a lot of charm. Actually, let me put it in front of Minecraft. It does what it does very, very well. The characters are very, very charming, and I love them to bits. And I love to see more of them if they ever finish a comic or make more shorts. Half-Life. I don't have a lot of experience with Half-Life. I got through halfway of Half-Life 2, but I got stuck at like the helicopter fight because I ran out of ammo. And so I'm kind of stuck there. But I like it. I recognize its place in history and stuff. But it doesn't really have the character that other Valve games, like Portal and Team Fortress have going on, so it kind of doesn't stand out as much. Portal. Good. I like Portal. Portal is solid, very good. It's a very nice it's a really nice take of a shooter by making it into a puzzle game. So it's very cool, very physics heavy. Not to brag, but I don't get sick when I do all those flips and stuff. Very fun. I've only played the first one and watched multiple playthroughs of the second one because my computer be a potato. And so I own Portal 2 version of Portal 2, both on 360 and then one on PC, which may or may not run. So I have the means to play it at any time. I can play it. Oh, no, left for that, okay. Sonic. Saying mid sounds a little bit mean. Above average. I play very little Sonic in my experience. It's basically more or less just the Sonic adventure games and the DS version of the older games from Genesis. And yeah, again, I'm not much of a platform person. I suffer from skill issues / #TM. So, that's kind of a problem. Not to mention, I also had the reaction time of a slug. which is very bad for a big, fast platformer where you had to do lots of split-second choices. I just realized talking no long. Okay. Up next. Yakuza! I have not played Yakuza. I'm sorry to say, I'm someone who sits in my little hole and only plays the same game 5 million times. I have Like a Dragon. I like what I see Like a Dragon, but I have not gone very far to say, oh, I played it. Yeah, I played the first 5 minutes. Big whoop. Smash Brothers. Good. I kind of been... it kind of doesn't stick with me without the story mode of, like, Brawl. Brawl was, like, one of my big eye-openers that, whoa, there are video games older than I am? Whoa. Cool. So I do have a special place for Smash Brothers. Though I'm not very good and I'm not very sweaty, so I don't care about the meta and I don't care about fighting people. But I still buy it every single time because, you know, of the novelty. What the hell is this? Hearts of Iron. I've never even heard of it. Europa Universalis. I have not played that. I might like it because I like strategy games, even when bad. Victoria, same shtick. Oh, Crusader Kings. Excuse me. Excuse me. Very good. I enjoy Crusader Kings a lot. I like Crusader Kings a lot. A lot. A lot. I am piss and horrible at strategy, and that's part of I don't find that very fun in the first place. I don't want to paint the whole map in my color. Sorry. There's a phone ringing. Please. I'm not going to answer it because it's probably going to be a robot or not for me. Quick, I'm going to mute for 1 moment. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to mute because we have an answer machine. I don't want you to hear about what server I'm sitting on right now. Anyways, what the hell was I? Oh yeah, Crusader Kings. Yeah, I'm not good at strategy thing. I don't like the strategy part. I don't. It's historically inaccurate to paint the whole color and to conquer the entire world. I just find the combat confusing and all that. So it is basically like, you know, role playing kind of like a historic adjacent to like medieval ruler. Have fun with all that, with like the social aspect and stuff. But it does have a bit of a weakness where those events slow down and come less often, or you keep seeing the same ones over and over again, and the metagaming part of your brain makes you choose the right answer, even though it's a boring answer, but it stops from trouble happening, etc., etc. But yes, I enjoy Crusader Kings. I wish Crusader Kings 3 did not take over an hour to load. with my potato on PC. Okay, now Company Heroes. Never heard of it. Pokemon. You know, I think I'm gonna put it just on the top of good. Because it is good, the fundamentals and all the whole Pokemon stuff. It's great. It's good, it's good, it's good. I love Pokemon. I love all the Pokemans. But I think on principle of just how, you know, maybe releasing a brand new video game every single fucking year is not very, very wise. Especially in a not very good for creativity of both, you know, gameplay and also character designs and also general stability. So I would used to consider it very good. Maybe, dare I say, borderline masterpiece, but it's just, ugh. For the love of God, Nintendo, let Game Freak have a break. Just give the IP to some other studio to make a spin-off game every other year. Please. Because it's like Pokemon's been going on a very steady downhill since more or less since after X and Y released. Cause when they're being rushed to come out more and more often for the whole mediascape. The games are get clunkier, a lot less new features, new gimmicks, but don't really add much. Games get uglier, games get even downright less stable. Just more poorly optimized and poorly operated, poorly run. It's like, as much as I understand how fun Arceus is, I played it, I liked it. It's very butt-ass ugly. And then Scarlet and such. Scarlet and Violet, I haven't played yet, but the gameplay issues that game experience is just absolutely unacceptable for the biggest media franchise. They need to pace out their employees better. They need a break year for just both for quality and to not kill their poor employees. Ace Attorney, never played. Mega Man. I've only played a little bit of I believe 2. So I may as well have never played. I played one guy and I enjoyed what I played, but again, I'm not much of a platformer person. And also I'm stupid. Metal Slug Contra. What is that? Toho Project? I never played Toho. Again, I have severe skill issue and bad reaction time. I would have been killed. I would be killed from a straight bullet very easy. Civilization? Good. It's good, it's good, it's good. It doesn't really feed into the historic, what I originally liked, basically historic fantasy, not fantasy, historic deviation. You're playing as a whole culture and stuff, and they all run differently. But in the set, I enjoyed that aspect, but that's not a big aspect. And again, I'm just not very good, but I do enjoy it. Last of Us, never played. Uncharted, I played 5 minutes. Crash Bandicoot, never played. SimCity. SimCity. It just doesn't click with me. Partly because it's very, you need to be very, very slow and very, very meticulous. Or else everything's going to go to shit. Crime's going to rise. Pollution's going to go out of control. You're going to run out of resources. You're going to go broke. So it's a very meticulous and slow strategy game that I just can't click with. I do appreciate some careful planning is needed, but yeah. I wish I liked it more, but it just kind of requires a little too much brain power, and my brain is very smooth. I don't have that much data. Sport games suck. Age of Empires, never played. What the hell is this? Superstar Soccer, never heard of it. Need for Speed, no thank you. Batman, no. Injustice, no. Midnight Club, no. Manhunt, no. Gran Turismo, no. I bought a packet of what I thought was a PS1 game from like a church swap meet, and it turned out it was just like two totally different games. It was like Road Rash and another street racing game name. It's not Gran Turismo. Echo, never played. Bioshock, never played because I'm a pussy. What is that? Can't read, can't play. Metro, never played. Spyro, never played. Guitar Hero, played for like 5 minutes. Yeah. Actually, it's amazingly the same. It ran itself in the ground, but it does what it does. Warcraft, never played. I was too broke. Titanfall, never played. Unreal Tournament, never played. Gears of War, never played. Metal Gear, I played on the training missions, and that's about it. Stealth makes me itchy. Dark Saga, no. StarCraft, no. Rainbow, no. Assassins, no. Watchdog, no. Dishonored, no. Bravely Default, no. No, there's Left 4 Dead. I was wondering where the hell that was. It does what it does well. It does what it does well. It's a good multiplayer zombie shooter survival thing. It does what it does. And it's fun. But I haven't played a ton. I think I played one line of the campaigns. But that's it. Never played Kingdom Hearts. I know that Zording is bad. And that multiple people are the same people. Madden. No. 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 Be gone. Why are there so many sports? Be gone. That's a video game? Okay, no. Arma, no. Ghouls and Goblins, no. This thing, no. Banjo-Kazooie, no. Donkey Kong, no. Star Wars, no. I am living under a rock. Animal Crossing! Yay! It's above average. Actually, put that at bottom. It's very cute. I love building little communities and stuff. But it is very archaic and clunky. Not just in the way that you wait IRL time. Because I'm fine with that, but it suffers. Even the recent games suffer from menuitis. And older games are they basically made the same game 3 times in a row before New Leaf, when they finally decided to do something new. By actually letting you control your own town. But yes, I like the kind of just the day in life stuff. Chilling with your animal buddies. Making your own house. Making your own outfits and stuff. Living life. Collecting things. It's just a chill game. Wish it was a little bit slightly more efficient menu-wise and less of a chore, but it's fun, it's cute. It's a good time. Oh, that's quite dire. Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem. Very good. I'll put it in the bottom, very good, because it sort of like Final Fantasy and stuff, where the actual story and character quality vary extremely wildly. As well as gameplay quality, because it's a big old-ass game series with a bunch of different systems that are added and dropped at will. But yes, all the ones that I played I've enjoyed, which is basically just the first one, Awakening, Fates, Free Houses, Free Hopes, even though that's, what's the word? The fight 'em up games. Warriors games. That's the word. Yes, I enjoyed them. Even with Fates' kind of dog shit writing. I've enjoyed that one a lot. I enjoyed growing and stuff. Though I have not played much of the older stuff, so I don't know if I'll enjoy the #classic, #hardcore older rate, which is what a lot of older fans enjoy, which is a lot more that had the permadeath, as well as very little to no chance to grow or cultivate your favorites. You have to stick with what's good. Unless you're masochist insane asshole. So I probably don't think I'm a particularly enjoy the older ones, but I do enjoy the customization and a personality of the newer stuff. I haven't played Engage yet. I hear the story writing is awful and the gameplay is peak. So high highs, lows lows. Never played. Never played. Never played. Never played. Never played. Never played. This is fucking dire. I play like 5 to 10 minutes and the PS1 mini mates well never played. Star Fox. It does what it does well. But it's hard and not very. It's very brutal. I've only played at 64. And I wish I was better, but it's very brutal. It's very arcadey, which is kind of weird for how, like that's released in the mid-90s, so when arcades were, like, it's very arcadey with how brutal it continues and stuff. It's okay. F-Zero. I played very little. Actually, I played a little bit. Haven't played much, and I've only played the SNES version, so take it as you will. I've only played Miss Pac-Man, and I'm not very good at it. Tetris. It's good. I always get a hankering for Tetris every once in a blue moon. I wish I had a handy version of it. Is this Bomberman? No, that's Bomberman. What the hell is this? Say bike, never play. Oh, this is so dire. Nights! I've only played a little bit of Wii one. It's hard. I think I got stuck in the second world, I guess. After being the first boss, and then I got stuck around there. And I didn't own the game, so I had to return it after that. Jack and Daxter. I've only played a little bit of the PSP game, which is apparently not very good, and I also almost broke it because I didn't understand what the UMDs work, because I was stupid. So come over. Jet Set Radio! Above average. I don't like Jet Set Radio's gameplay, but I adore the music, and I adore the style, and like the theming and vibes of it. From what I play, I don't enjoy the gameplay, sadly. But it could also because I suffer from skill issue, TM. Splatoon. Kind of a similar vibe, though to a less degree of dislike of the gameplay. Splatoon's a very fun, child-friendly take of the first-person shooter, which is very good. Very unique. It's very stylish, very fun, very cute. Unfortunately, I played too much of the first one and basically permanently burnt myself out on this franchise. And I also have zero interest in, like, competitive anything at all, so that kind of hampers any enjoyment, because my only other option is to basically play the same Turf War over and over again. In between, shifts. But I enjoy what I enjoy. I'm not good at it. Christ, never heard. Grand Flu, fancy, never heard. I play. Amnesia. This is very dire, folks. I played a little bit of Dragon Age. I enjoyed a little bit when I played a third one. And I basically did all three of them, but I barely touched two, and one I got played, dabbled, like, I got stuck because everything was getting too hard. And it played, oh, I'll try this over here, like, blah, 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 do the story thing. And then get my ass kicked, and, oh, I'm gonna go do it over here then. And basically, it made no progress, I was just wandering around. It's okay. Yeah, okay. Baldur's Gate. I played so little, I may as well never played. I've only played a little bit of a first one, but got stuck because one of my party members died and I didn't have any money and don't know how to revive them. I plan to revisit it again now that I'm not slightly less stupid, maybe. But I like the vibes of trying to capture a tabletop. Below average. I've only played a bit of, like, I think 3 on the GameCube. I don't like it very much. Again, part of it is skill issue. So it's part of my own fault, but it gets very hard very fast, and I don't like that. Never heard this. This is fucking dire, dudes. This guy, oh. I don't even know what this one is. Oh, is that off? I have not played it here, so I guess it wouldn't matter. Tomb Raider, I tried to play a little bit as a little baby when I was like 4. Trying to play it on PC, I did not go well. Either the controls are just broken, or I just didn't know how to swim up. But basically, one of the games was like, I run forward, I fall in a hole, there's water, there's alligators. I either get eaten to death or drowned, and I could not figure for the life of me how to swim up. And if there was instructions, I did not know or see it because I was illiterate. Oh, it's so fucking dire, folks. Undertale, Deltarune. I would put it very good. Actually, you know what, masterpiece. Then that's so unoccupied. It's kind of short, but it does everything it does very well. Well, it really doesn't leave much room for like replay or fucking around, but it does what it does very well. It tells a very nice story. The music is peak. Toby Radiation Box is awesome at the musics. His writing is very good. I'm kind of not clicked with Deltarune, unfortunately. Though I do like what I see. But I'm basically, it seems like I'm just going to be sitting back and waiting till... I've only touched the first section. Haven't even bothered the second one. It just doesn't click with me as well as Undertale. So I'll probably wait until either more of it is done. More parts of it are done before you bother bonking at it further. Otherwise, it just might not be for me. Danganronpa. Danganronpa. Oh boy. I like Danganronpa a lot, but it's holy shit, its story is not good. Not good. Oh, Danganronpa. I got into it. It's a very, very edgy young program. Where teenagers murdering each other and then having to solve it sounded so fucking cool. And they're all stylish and all of the cool anime stuff going on. But as an older person, the way the writing is kind of ass, to be quite honest with you. A lot of the writing is sound like this, like the not puzzles, mysteries are very good. Some of the character expression is very good. Sometimes they're like, wow, that's so cool, so poignant. And then other times it's just like the answer is to the question is so contrived and stupid. And also sometimes the character and their personality and problems is like basically just they just grabbed a random edgy as fuck trope and then just did it everything so wrong. The writing is it's just it gives us and it takes us away. I think I like the world of Danganronpa more than the actual characters and writing, because some of the characters are just and I do role playing in this thing. Yeah. There's a lot of edge. A lot of edge. A lot of crappy writing choices, but c'est la vie. C'est la vie. Pardon me as I set up my next musics. For my own pressure. Yeah. I like Danganronpa, but I'm not. I feel like putting it higher would just be cruel. Cruel and unusual. Kirby! It's good. I haven't played very many. Most of it is that compilation for DS and also Air Ride, which is not very much a traditional Kirby game, but I enjoy it. But again, platformers are not really my thing, so I don't click as me as much, but I do know it's good. Shovel Knight. I played so little, I might as well never played it. Little bit fun. This is so dire, boys. Chrono. I played a little bit of Chrono Trigger. It's good, but actually, oh yeah. I played just to cover my ass. I played so little that I didn't get to the big meats and bones of it. So Overwatch. Oh, Overwatch. It used to be good. I kind of jumped off Overwatch around the Hong Kong problem, like, I don't know, when was that? 2018-ish, 2019-ish. Stopped with that Hong Kong problems, and then kind of stayed far fucking away after Overwatch 2 came out. And they just basically just showed their entire ass of how bad the writing is, or how little it has improved, how little, what does it say, basically almost nothing. And also they cannibalize the old server, so you can't play the old one. Which is basically just, so you can't directly compare and say, hey, this is basically the same thing, what the hell? Just, Overwatch 2, everything about that makes me sad. I used to be very into Overwatch. Alas. Symmetra. That's the word. I forgot. Symmetra and Winston, I'm so sorry you're in that game. Borderlands. I've only played 2 and a little bit of the pre-sequel. Pre-sequel, I got stuck in the first boss because I'm playing alone because I don't have friends on my, and I don't have internet access to my 360. So that sucked ass, and I couldn't get stuck. And there's, unlike other games, I can't grind, so I basically just stopped playing. Borderlands 2. Oh, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the characters, the world. But it really doesn't collect them, shoot them up. So if that's not your thing, it doesn't click, and it's. I'm not big in shooters, so it doesn't click as much for me, even though I do enjoy it. But I'm mostly just heartbroken because I've been trying to beat Borderlands 2 for over a decade, but I keep getting distracted. And last time, I met the. Need to prepare. But my 360, after I tried to play it in Saints Row 1, at a point I knew freeze it, trying to see if it just works. It didn't. And not only did it not work, it took out my entire 360's hard drive. Completely fucking wiped it clean to, like, factory. So I lost everything. Because, well, I did have a external drive. My profile was not on it, so basically, even the saves that were spared, I could not access because they cannot be transferred to a new profile. So I basically lost my save progress on Borderlands and every single 360 game I had except Oblivion, which was the only game on my external drive that had, the save thing where you can swap saves between profiles. And I am not recovered from it mentally. It's been almost 2 years and I'm still not recovered. Oh, Jesus Christ. Kidicris. I liked it. It's okay. I have not touched it since I played it back in 2012. I liked it, except for the part that hurt my wrists. Psychonauts. Masterpiece. Except for that one mission where you're on a ball the whole time. That sucked ass. I don't like that one. But Psychonauts. I haven't played the first one, but I've seen several Let's Plays of it. I really enjoyed the lore and the gameplay. And the one I've actually played myself, Psychonauts 2, still has very sturdy, very excellent writing and comedy, but also it's really good gameplay. So even though I'm not good at platforming, excuse me, or anything related to platforming, it still had a good time with it. So that's good. So that's kind of a testament for how excellent it is, I think. Hey, Throw! Why did you have to take that logo? Good. That's good. Story's kind of a bit all over the place, both good and bad. I think it really, unlike some of the boomers out there, I think it really benefit from being wacky, crazy, wackadooks, super stupid. Though the direction of going full wackadoo stupid with superpowers in a virtual world kind of rolled it into a corner with, like, Saints Row 4. So I did not enjoy that. But I enjoyed Saints Row 3. I like Saints Row 2. I like certain characters in Saints Row 1. It's kind of slightly too serious compared to the rest of the series. I miss Lynn. I miss her. But I liked stealing cars, being wacky. Yeah. It's good time. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. This is so fucking dark, guys. I'm so sorry. Mario Kart! Finally, something I know. It's good. But is it very good? Yeah, I'll put it there. It's good, it's solid. It's a good fun time. Mario Party is also good, but slightly less good. It does what it does well, though there are some ones that have weird things that going on I'm not really interested in. Mario Tennis, less good, but still decent, pretty good. Never played. Never played. Never played. Never played. Never played. Never played. Dunna. Nah. Eh. I don't even know what this is. Nah. Eh. 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 Ah. Eh. 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 It is so dire. I'm so sorry. We have such a gulf. I'm so picky with my games. I only play stuff I like, and I'm frozen. That's fine. So it's basically such a huge fucking gulf of either I don't know it or I like it. Let me reboot myself. But yes. There I am. Hello. Okay, now let's go do something else. My jaw's getting kind of tired, so let's keep it brief and do just one more. What do you think of chat? Cartoons or video games? Or Pokemon? Let's maybe do video games. You know what? Since I had opinions on Danganronpa, let's do some Danganronpa to clear out. Okay. So, to start out, first we're going to need to make a new tier. Because I know we're going to need it. Let me type. You deserve better writing. Because there's some characters I like, but they're like objectively dog shit. They're like dog shit, really poorly written, just bad. And like, I like what you had in concept and the character in my head, so I'm just gonna cut around the bad stuff and then try to fix it later. But Danganronpa characters. Note, I've only played the 3 main games. I have not watched the anime. I have not played Ultra Despair Girls. And I'm not inclined to watch anime or Ultra Despair Girls because I hear they're not good. So I will not do that. Thank you very much. First up, we have Akane Owari. She doesn't really... She's good, she's fun, but she doesn't really... She's just chilling. She eats her meat, she causes her fights. She's a good character, but she's not like... I'm not going to like fall... Like, I'm not going to run out of my way to praise her or anything like that, but she's good. She does what she does. She's fun. Oh. Angie. You deserved better than what Chapter 3 did to you. I don't like Angie, but I think she has a great amount of potential as like a character, as a villain, or a red herring that they just kind of just do. Where it's like, oh, she's a quirky cultish lady. Then she dies. Cool, very cool. She might not have had existed. What a waste of potential. Aoi. She's kind of the same boat with Akane, where she does her job well, but she's a good character, but she's solid, but I don't really have strong feelings about her. She does what she does well. Byakuya, yeah, can suck my nuts. Fuck him. He does have interesting potential, but he's just kind of insufferable asshole. He's such a prick that doesn't go as challenged as he should have been. I still remember with like chapter 2 where spoilers for Danganronpa, by the way, which at this point anyone who cares have already played him and or heard already. But he basically fucks with a scene just because. Just so he can see. I think the reasoning was so he can see who he should be worried about. See if he can get away with murder and all that. His backup plan was like, oh, if people think he's still the murderer after that, he would just tell them that he faked it. Like, my fucking dude. Do you think they will believe you? Like, you're in a group of people who have almost no critical thinking skills. Do you think they will believe you even if you give them evidence that you did not do it? My dude. My fucking dude. It took, Naegi, half the first trial just to prove that he is innocent. My dude. You're just trying to get everyone killed. Celestia, She's nice, she's fun looking. But she's kind of doesn't really do it for me. Her kind of backhanded connivingness is fun. She has an interesting look, but Chiaki. Hi, Simon. Hi. I have a kitty. What was I talking about? Yeah. Oh, yeah, Chiaki. I like Chiaki, but she doesn't really, I enjoy the concept of her, because, oh my god, a pink gamer girl. She is like me for real. But I do admit I'll leave her here for now. And if it gets too crowded, I'll bump her down to B. Because I do like her, but I more like the idea of her. Because she doesn't stand out until the reveal TM. She's consistently good and helpful. But she doesn't do much to attract attention to herself, which is for the best. What are you doing, kitty? What are you doing? Ooh. We have Chihiro. I like her. I like them, I should say. I don't think how that reveal was handled was good at all. But there was some potential if it wasn't handled so fucking awfully. But yeah. I like him. Kuzuryu. He's a solid character. I like him. Kinda. But he does have a strong character. He has a strong growth. Everything with him and Pekka is heartbreaking. He might also bump down the B if it gets too crowded, but he's very solid. Very good. Gunta. I like Gonta. Even though they don't do much outside of stupid joke. Oh, I'm so stupid. Even though he's not stupid, he's very smart. He just don't know. He just naive as hell. He was like raised by wolves, potentially even literally, and or by lizards. Gundam is very good, very cool. I adore Chunies. I adore Chunies. They're so funny. They're very fun. He's so chuny, so cool. Very good at design. Let's see. Hajime. He's good. He does stand out a bit as having a bit of a spine compared to the other protagonists. And he's not so much that he's like mean or like he's just a guy. He's just some guy trademark. And that's for the best because he's surrounded by like completely insane assholes. He's like the one normal person amongst a bunch of weirdos. And he's reasonably exasperated and confused. Haifumi. I don't dislike him as much as everyone else does, mostly because he's just a nerd loser. And he's like, and I'm like, oh, that's like me for real. But I also haven't really read anything from or been exposed to him since the fan translations in the way back. So he might have been made worse, or I might have not realized with my dumbass child brain. But yeah, I have a bit of a spot for him. I don't despise him. Himiko deserves better writing. I like her, but her growth was very sudden. It just kind of a sudden click. Like, suddenly, oh, the person that she's been trying to ignore and or disregard just dying suddenly inspires her? Oh, that's not how that works. I think they could have done her better. Because even after she gets her TM growth, she gets immediately shoved to the side because of all the other bullshit that's going on. That she's basically like, it's kind of like, why is she even here? Why is she, what? She's just there. Like, she's just part of this rally. She's just fucking there. They don't really do much of her. I think they should have done her a bit more about her guilt. Perhaps even guilt of like, oh, she wishes she was nicer to the girl who she liked, but I don't know, it's too tsundere and or lazy to like bond with. And I think they should have like smoothed out her transition, try to be more lively a bit more. Yeah. In general, V-Free's writing kind of starts falling apart around and after chapter 3, even though it started getting shaky after chapter 2 in general. Sayonji. I don't like her. I do appreciate her reasons, but I don't like her like I don't like Byakuya. She's mean. She's mean. She does have a step up in front beyond Byakuya. Byakuya. Whatever. That she seems to actually be. She was actually growing. She was actually improving and trying to better herself around the time right before she died, which makes her change tragic. I think she could have been a very good case of character growth. Very interesting if she survived a little longer, but she did not. She died. And most what we know of her is just kind of when she was a cringe little bitch baby, unfortunately. Ibuki is awesome. Love that girl. She's very fun. Actually, might put her near the bottom. Because she doesn't do a lot, but she is very perky and very fun whenever she's around. Let me see. There are 2 versions of someone. No. I like Junko's aesthetic. And that the whole fact that she's just cray-cray. And that's just the beginning and end of it. Though that does leave her to be kind of an unsatisfactory villain. Because basically the reason that she's ended the whole world because she's bored. Which, if it's related to her like analytical talents as her alternate, not quite alternate self, but who we thought was the protagonist of the books, that kind of explains why she wants unpredictability and ruining the world and basically crushing the status quo for the sake of it is why she did it. But she's still just batshit insane sociopath, which doesn't really add very much to her. But she's a good symbol. She's stylish, and she's fun, even if she's not like the most compelling villain on Earth. Oh, Kaede. Oh, you deserve better. She's very fun, though she's lower on A because she is a little one note, but those notes are nice and one note is not quite the right word, but she didn't have too much going on. She's pretty much a normal girl who she's spunky, she's a little too much a go-getter, so much so that it causes problems, but she's good at heart. Kind of an average girl, but just a good girl. She could have been, I wish she was the main protagonist, but even though I will concede that the twist of the whole twist was very well executed and very nice, and unfortunately it's probably the peak of V-Free's writing, which is not good because that was chapter 1. Kaito. He's kind of a good bro, but he doesn't really click with me. He's just kind of a bit of a butt monkey when he's butt monkey bro, and then just kind of hard to put it, but he just doesn't click. Soda, put him in high B. Well, he's mostly docked points by his rampant pervy best friend vibes, but he has a good backstory. He's an interesting person, even though he's hurt a little bit by the fact that without doing if you don't really do his, what's the word, hangouts, not social links, spend times, whatever's, he's just kind of you basically only know him as he's a mechanic, and he's also horribly horny. That's it. You don't really get a glimpse at his, much of his other personality, so he's kind of hurt in that way. So he's really hurt by the fact that the depth of his character is locked behind hanging out with him, and since you don't really get a good view of his personality, you might not even want to hang out with him, which kind of really sucks. He's a good boy. Kibo. I like him, but he is kind of one note, with basically just being, I am a robot. I suffer from robot problems. Which I think they could have done a little bit more with. But just he's just playing the same note and just getting bullied by Kokichi. And just I like him, wish they did something else. A little bit more something else. Maybe play a bit more of his naivete. This girl. I feel nothing. She's a high D because she doesn't make me angry. But I feel nothing to her. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for all her fans. Koyu, I don't even remember her name. She's dutiful. She doesn't click. Ishimaru. I liked him a lot more when I was younger, and the only game I had to look to was the AR1. Though he's kind of fallen, his other characters, his from the newer games, kind of outshine him, but he's a good, solid boy. They kind of neutered him. They sent him to a farm upstate, and didn't do very much with him. Actually, kind of similar to the same problems of like Soda, where you don't get that much of a glimpse of his like utter true depth without hanging out with him. But since you only get the one note jokes from the main story, you don't really have a reason to. You may not even have a reason to hang out with him, because if you only experience from him is from the story, you only see him as like a strict weirdo. And it's like that's not really inviting. So he's also kind of hurt in similar way than Soda is, but he's a good guy. Kokichi. You know what? I like him more than Kaido. I don't like Kokichi, but I'm kind of warmed up to him, especially since compared to the other hashtag troublemakers, his logic is a little bit more sound in that he's fucking around intentionally. He has layers. I wish they did, which Kodaka did better balancing. Actually, that might bump down to a high C. But if I had to pick between him and Komaeda, I would pick Kokichi in a heartbeat. Oh, one moment. But yeah, they could have been a bit more of giving him depth, because we don't really get to know the real Kokichi, so it kind of loses his impact a little bit. Because as far as from an outsider's perspective, he's just a little shit stain that's starting problems on purpose for seemingly no reason at all. Next, Korkyu. You go and you deserve better riding bucket with all the other chapter 3 people. Oh, Korkyu. They really just slapped every single fucking edgy, triggering garbage on him. And just called it a day. I do not like, to be fair, I do not like how that may feel vilify him, because he's probably more the victim of that. But since he's the only one alive and might not be a very trustworthy source, because he's batshit insane. So he can't be a very good source on that, everything with his sister and all that. But yeah, they just, oh, he's a serial killer. Oh, he's a split personality Topa that may or may not be his sister. Oh, he and his sister did, Yeah. They could have just, did one of them. One of those, like, hashtag edgy stuff and called it a day, but then they just went to the bank. And then the check bounced, because it was just, like, comedically bad. He deserves better. He has too much cool potential and too much cool writing, too much cool about design to just be he whole fucked up crazy serial killer fucking man. What a waste. Kirigiri, low C. I like her design. She's competent. She's cool, but she really is just a walk. At least as far as I've seen the new translation, she's basically just a walking plot device. She's not a person. She's not a human. She's just a walking hint button who nudges Neagi around. We do get some glimpses of her having her own conflicts and personality, especially with her conflict with her dad and like her feelings of abandonment and stuff like that, which I think they should have done a little bit more with. And I think they do a tiny bit with her free times. Yeah. On the main story, you get literally nothing about her that's any of note. And she's like the female protagonist, so that's very bad. She's not given much agency or personality outside of solving the problem that the main character who's just a normal guy can't do. Leon. I like the design, but he doesn't really do much for me. I liked him better when I was younger. Yada yada. Koizumi. I'll put her in, like, mid-B. She kind of leaves a sour taste in your mouth because she's kind of pushy, but she's generally well-intentioned and means well. And if you just give her a chance, she's pretty good. Nothing spectacular, but she's basically a kind of normal person compared to all the wacko weirdos around. But she's a little harsh, but she is good. Maki. A low B. I like Maki, but she just kind of spends most of the game being kind of hashtag edgy, kind of hashtag aloof. And while she does have a good growth, and they do good to like show a bit of who she is as well as her backstory in the game, in the main story, instead of relying you to actually want to hang out with her even when she's being nasty to you before she, starts warming up. So they do a good thing of fleshing her out. She is good, but I just don't personally vibe with her. She's okay. Niggy. He's a very high C. I like him, but he's also kind of just a guy. For good and bad. He's kind of a little too, dumb. A little too spineless, at least which kind of hurts a bit. Which is kind of not great when he's, the protagonist. But also, at the same time, it's understandable since he's just a guy among a room of, actually talented people and weirdos. So that can be a little overwhelming. But yeah. Doesn't quite hit it. Mikan. I wish I liked you better. But the hashtag porny poses are not good. They're not very inducive to good writing. It's a very gross and bad gag. Especially since, she is a victim of that sort of stuff. She was heavily bullied, and then the only thing they do with her is, haha, nervous, punching bag, sexy girl. Oh my god. Be nicer to her. Miu. I like Miu. I think her vulgarity is very funny, as well as her actually being kind of spineless and wimpy. So she's basically all bark, no bite. I think that's very funny. But she's kind of a low A. But I do enjoy her. Mondo! C. His conflict is good, but he feels a little one note of just being the hashtag aggressive guy. Which kind of, he does have some depth, but you don't, again, like many of the others, you don't see it unless you hang out with him. So he's kind of hurt in that way. So he kind of comes up a little one note. We have, what's her name? I forgot her name. But Janko's sister. The 16th student. Watch out for her. I like the book version where it kind of goes into her conflict with her sister, and her loyalty and adoration, but also her loyalty and adoration for the other students, especially Naegi, because he was the only first person to ever treat her like a human being, in that she doesn't have to be a soldier, she doesn't have to be a tool. But also at the same time, she does love her twin sister. She's loyal to her, and that she has conflicted feelings, and also then she gets betrayed in the main games, and etc. etc. Here in the anime, they just make her a sister con. Ugh. Kamida. I don't like Kamida. He is somewhat interesting if you like look at him as like someone who is idolizing these people around him, seeing himself as a tool, but at the same time has a superiority complex in a way that where anyone who's also talentless he sees like worthless. Like he doesn't respect Hajime after the reveal. But I don't like him. I don't like him. He's crazy. He's crazy / derogatory. Neta. I like him, but he's very one note. He's basically nothing but aggressive shit jokes, which isn't very much of a joke. It's not being funny after the 4th time, which kind of hurts. Which was, if you know his like backstory, where he's a coach, even though he's buff as shit, he's a coach because he has like a heart condition that could kill him, but he wants to be supportive. And I'm frozen again. So he wants to be supportive, but in the way that he can be while he's alive, which is nice. But boy, you don't learn about that. About hanging out with him. Wait. Peko. I like Peko a lot. She's kind of a low A. Because she, while her feelings of being a tool is cool, she's not very complex, but I do enjoy her. And I think her whole situation with Guzuryu is very tragic. This guy. See. Because he doesn't do much. He dies very early, and he's just kind of... He may as well be a plot device. But he's fine. He's fine. I have not played this game in a very long time. Hoshi, Ryomo Hoshi. I had to look it up. He's good enough that he can get his, I can want to know his name. He's a low B. Kind of a funny concept of this silly guy having a big edgy backstory of killing a bunch of people who are hurting his family and stuff like that. But he don't do a lot with him. He doesn't grow a lot and he dies and then Sakura, peak, awesome, good, love her. Nothing, you can't say much, she's good. Sakura. Another low B. She's a very interesting, complex character where she's basically started a whole thing off because she was influenced by fear, which is, it's a very good motive because, a lot of crimes is like a crime of passion and stuff. It's not like, not many, like, very calculating, like, well-researched reasons. She's just like, I was scared, I was angry, stuff like that. What she did with Negi was awful. Her reasoning is understandable. I wouldn't say reasonable, but very understandable. It's hard being an idol, being like a public figure, so that rush to waiting to get out, which is just not going to work. On you, Saihara. I'll put him in low A. He's kind of spineless and dweeby, but I do have to give him credit. For his growth. He's one of the characters in the game. He's the main character that has the most like actual genuine growth as a character. Where it's like basically a completely different person than he started out with, and it's like a nice, smooth transition, and you watch it happen, and it's so fun and good. It's very good. Even if I don't feel strongly about him, I do have to give props for the best, like, character arc. Sonia! I like her, but she's a pretty one note. She's the funny foreigner with a really strange culture. Dee, that's it. Tenko! You deserve better writing, girl. Her kind of man-hater thing could have been done better. Her lesbianism could have been done better. She could have been a bit more complex, a little bit got more chance to thrive. They could have done more with her other than fridge her for Himiko. But yeah. Turo, die. I'll put him higher. Because he does have an interesting backstory, even though he is a pervert, weirdo, fucker. He wishes it was fucker. Toko. I'll put her around high C. Her, like, inferiority complex is kind of annoying to deal with and read. But she does have reasons, backstory reasons for it. And on that note, Genocide Jack is that but a little worse, because she's a little flatter as a person, because she just haha crazy cray cray. And yeah. Oh, Sobaki? Yeah. She's very weak. Basically, before the whole reveal, she's just kind of a flat, boring person, which is not... Acknowledging that does not make you an interesting person. Nor is it spitting out anime stuff. They could have done more of that, and they could have done more of her as, like, the main antagonist. Because I feel like she just flips a switch. And the imposter. Really high, see? I wish we knew more of him, but we get basically almost nothing about him. Because half of it's filtered is him pretending to be Togami. And the other half is just... You kind of just have to guess. We don't get a lot about him. And it's kind of like half their gimmick. But that doesn't really offer much for characterization, unfortunately. And finally, this guy. Fuck you. He really annoyed me. He was basically just a big stupid idiot. And while it was funny at the beginning, it was very funny at the beginning, but as it kind of went on, but by the end, where he's one of the survivors, and he's also stalling this trial because he's dumb and he thinks Kyugi's a ghost and all that. He just obnoxious. He just goes from funny to just fucking obnoxious. Very obnoxious. They could have done better with him. They could have had him, like, I don't know, die? Maybe swap with someone else. Or they could have done, you know, any growth at all. Instead of just making him more annoying and more of just a scumbag. That's And now, finally, decide who will be S. There we go. There we go. There we go. And that's that. Okay, netizens, I'm gonna call it there because I need to pee, and I was planning to keep this short because it's just a test stream more or less. Thank you all for coming. Sorry it's a little scuffed, or a lot of scuffed. I'm going to have to figure out how to get the chat overlay to work, because I don't think it's quite hooked up to my YouTube, or how that works without, you know, because the only way I can see to get my chat in here is to do it the ugly way, where it's just the chat room pasted in, and that's not pretty. That's just stupid. So I'm going to have to look into that, or otherwise just not have chat in YouTube. But otherwise, thank you all for coming. This was fun. I might have more hot takes in the future. In any case, thank you for coming. Bernaneta, offline. Good night.